Welcome to the 7 Daily Spotlight, guys. My name is Swante, and I hope you're having a great day. Now, as you can hear in my voice, I'm sounding a little bit excited. If you guys do not know already, see, these character spotlights have been going in a specific order. I was going over all of the units that you get for playing the story first. So, as you can hear in my voice, I am excited because we are on the last free sin. Vitality Gowther. So without further ado, let's get into this. Gowther's first ability, Runaway. Inflict 160% damage to a single enemy and reduces their skill ranks. Now, for those of you who are kind of not familiar with what that means, pretty much if your skill is in silver or gold, it's going to go to the last level. Well, not the last level, but the level before it. Second stage of Runaway. Inflict 210% damage to a single enemy, ranks down the skills, but this time it reduces the ultimate gauge by the number of skills he had lowered. Third stage of Runaway. Inflict 400% damage to a single enemy, ranks down the enemy skills, and does the same thing as the second one. It just reduces the ultimate gauge by how many skills you lowered. Gowther's second ability, Nightmare Story. Reduce a single enemy ultimate damage by 20% for 2 turns. Second stage of Nightmare Story, reduce a single enemy ultimate damage by 40% for 2 turns. Third stage of Nightmare Story, reduce a single enemy ultimate damage by 50% for 3 turns. Gowther's ultimate, Puppet Man. Inflict 560% damage to a single enemy, ranks down the enemy skills, and also reduces the ultimate gauges by how many skills were lowered. Wow. Is S1 built into an ultimate? Gowther's passive, Mental Manipulation, reduces all enemies' defenses by 50% in PvP. Now, there was a couple of different translations. I just assumed that this was the correct one. If it is not, I do apologize, and I will update you guys at a later date. Now, for what type of gear you want to be putting on this Gowther, it's kind of weird because honestly, you can run him in a type of offensive or supportive way. His damage output is decent. It's not all too great for him to be a main DPS, which is why for me personally I would lean towards the supportive side, because I do kind of roll in with a support that does heal just in case if I do need it. I would recommend, if you are going to be rolling with a healer, definitely put this Gowther on a more supportive side. If you're not going to be running with a healer, go on the supportive side. Now anyway, for what type of gear to be putting on this Gowther, I would say you can rock with the classic attack defense set, or you can rock with the classic defense health set, or you can rock with the defense crit resist, the defense and the crit reduction, defense and defense if you want to. But me personally, I would go more with a supportive side Gowther versus the attack Gowther. Now, speaking about what type of characters this Gowther has synergy with, I honestly do not feel like this Gowther has any strong synergies worth mentioning with any of the characters right now. Now, for those of you who are the team building experts, I can see you already coming up with teams to put this Gowther on. For me, I don't have that team building expert piece, so I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, going back to what I think about this Gowther, because the synergy is done. Honestly, this Gowther's passive is not really too bad, but his Runaway is a double-edged sword. Reason being, because if people do know how this Vitality Gowther works, you're just going to be putting the lowered version of the upgraded skill next to the upgraded skill, because of the fact if you do manage to hit the character that had an upgraded skill, he's just going to get that skill right back and probably to the next level, depending on the cards that he gets from, you know, binding them together. Now, overall, what do I think about this character? I really do feel like he's a roll the dice and don't get snake eyes type character. And if you roll snake eyes, you're just going to hate your day. And if you roll snake eyes twice, you're probably going to uninstall the game and wonder why you started playing it. And I really do hope none of you do that. Now, this character, like I said, is a roll the dice snake eyes character, so use him at your own risk. I highly advise against using him in PvP unless you are just on top of making sure that you have your enemies focused on other characters to a point where this Gowther can just shine and just reduce the enemy skills without having to worry about him moving his cards to get that skill back up. And on that note, I'm going to wrap up the character spotlight here. I hope that you guys are having a great day, and I hope that I was able to help you have an even better day. My name is Swante. Peace.